Coming out of the days when it comes to the Sabbath days. This is video number 17. Today is the 17th of July, 2025. The book of Luke, chapter 4, verses 16 through 20. And he came to Nazareth, where he had been brought up. And as his custom was, he went into the synagogue on the Sabbath day and stood up for to read. And there was delivered unto him the book of the prophet Isaiah. And when he had opened the book, he found the place where it was written, "The Spirit of the Most High is upon me, because he hath anointed me to preach the gospel to the poor. He hath sent me to heal the brokenhearted, to preach deliverance to the captives, and recovering of sight to the blind, to set at liberty them that are bruised, to preach the acceptable year of the Most High." And he closed the book, and he gave it again to the minister, and sat down. And the eyes of all of them that were in the synagogue were fastened on him. Okay, so the custom of the Messiah was to go into the synagogue and to stand up to read on the Sabbath. All present were surprised at what he read, not because it was the Sabbath day, wasn't unusual. It was customary for them to be in the synagogue, the building of worship on the Sabbath day, right? The reason why they were surprised is because what he read, which was prophetically spoken of the coming of the Messiah, whom he was, whom he is, right? All this took place. And what does it sound like? It sounds like worship service on the Sabbath day to me, which is exactly what we are supposed to be doing, right? Don't we read from the word in the place of worship, in the building of worship? Doesn't have to be a church building. It could be a house, could be a warehouse, could be a school building, could be anywhere, right? But in the building, in the place where we are to gather together to collectively worship, right? That's exactly what we're supposed to be doing. We're supposed to be opening the book, the scrolls, which is now the book we know as the Bible or Basora, right? Okay. The Spirit of the Lord was upon him. He read from the prophet Isaiah, which is the same thing that we do when we come together to collectively worship, right? Okay. The same thing that we do. And if you notice, in verse 20, he closed the book and gave it again to the minister and sat down. Where do you see ministers at? You see ministers in the place of worship, right? In the place of worship. There are ministers, right? We have books. We have the word. We have the book. So a lot of preachers say, well, we don't have to keep the Sabbath day because Jesus didn't keep it. How can we sit here and say that Jesus didn't keep it when we just read here in Luke chapter 4, verses 16 through 20, what day he went in, where he went in, right? And what he did when he went in, and how they reacted on what day, where he went in, and how he presented it. Proof is in the pudding, baby. Stay tuned. Shalom.